Hello everyone, this is PRIYA from CSE department. In this lecture, we will be seeing about the types of graph. So we know that graph is a nonlinear data structure which will be consisting of vertices and edges. This 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, everything will be called as a vertices. In same case, in trees, we'll be calling it as nodes, but here it will be called as vertices. And the line which is connecting vertices will be called as edges. So graph will be having certain terminology like nodes, edges. Node is nothing but the A, B, C, D or the nodes which are present. We also call it as a vertices. And a line which is connecting two or more nodes will be called as the edges. An adjacent node is sense wherever, suppose for example, consider A are connected to B, D, C. So for A, these three are adjacent node. And degree of the node is how many edges are coming inside. So we'll be seeing those things clearly in the upcoming slides. So here directed graph. Directed graph in sense each edge will be having certain directions. So here you can see A, B, C, D are the vertices and are having corresponding edges. So here you can see the edges are directed. If so, it will be called as a directed graph. The next one is undirected graph where edges won't be having certain directions. You can travel in both the directions. The next one is weighted graph. In weighted graph, each edge will be having a corresponding weight or cost to it. So if a graph is like this, then it's a weighted graph. So here A to B, the cost of the edge is 10. Cyclic graph. Cyclic graph in sense wherever you start will be ending up at the same place. So that type of graph will be called as a cyclic graph. Acyclic graph will be disconnected, so you cannot travel through the whole graph and you cannot end up from the starting point. If you're starting somewhere, you cannot end up at the same place. So the type of graph will be called as the acyclic graph. Then connected graph. Connected graph is where the graph is completely connected. You can travel from one vertex to the other vertex. Whatever the vertex you're starting from, you can travel to all other vertices. So that type of graph will be called as a connected graph. The next one is strongly connected. Strongly connected in sense, similarly, each pair of the path a node will be having a edge will be there between each pair of nodes. So A and B there will be edge. How many nodes are there? It doesn't matter. But for each pair of nodes, there will be a edge corresponding to it. So if so, that will be called as a strongly connected graph. The next one is disconnected graph. Here you can see actually this is a whole graph, but once you are there will not be any edge will be present between two nodes. So suppose if you want to travel from D to A, you cannot travel because there doesn't exist any edge between those vertex. So this type of graph will be called as a disconnected graph. So these are the various types and components of the graph.